Hey, it's Jang here from Jang Bricks with a Mega Bloks Halo set review. This one is new for 2013. It's the UNSC Night Ops Gausshog, set number 97134. This one comes with officially 239 pieces. Here are the figures included with this set, and this guy we've seen before for sure. It's the Spartan in warrior armor. And he's just in a kind of Master Chief green color with a semi-gloss black wash over him to help bring out the detail a little bit. Looks a little bit oily, but you can see gold visor in there, and he's got a railgun. This guy is new to me from Mega Bloks. This is a Pathfinder Spartan. Pathfinder armor, Pathfinder helmet. I actually think that they messed up a little bit on the head, making the visor too wide. This one is painted properly. You can see it has a copper color to the visor. Everything else is the same color as on the Warrior, but I think that just the realism is a little bit off there, just in the width to height ratio. I wish that the visor was a little bit narrower, but let's take a look at the rest of this one. Open up, take a look at how the torso is designed. You can see the armor markings pretty good on the depth of detail on the armor. Can't complain about that. Picked up the dark color pretty well. Gives you some nice, fairly crisp details around there. The back of the helmet in particular is pretty impressive. So that's pretty cool. It's a good figure to have. Like I said, I don't think that they did the face quite right, but I think that it's still good to have another figure, another type of armor, and he's just got a all black shotgun here. This is a new Forerunner figure. He is a Lancer version knight, and interestingly, most of the figure here is identical to the first one that we came out with, the knight from the Cauldron set, but they changed up just these upper parts, these upper wing parts. So now these are 3 pieces, and you can see that the new one here does not use the more bluish gray color. It's just a plain gunmetal color, just a plain gray gunmetal color, but very different painting on it. So this one is more monotone. This one over here used black as an accent color a lot more. This one does not, and you can see all throughout the legs it's all just one color. Same leg mold, just looks very different compared to this first guy, just because of where they chose to paint it. And he's got a hook blade on this side, kind of a axe style weapon, and he does still have the full space to put a watcher in there. So if you have a watcher from one of the sets that includes one, you can still put him in there. This can open up a little bit more like that all the way when it's completely open. Pretty cool shapes up here. They captured that quite well. These still go together quite well. I like it. I like having more Forerunner Knights. I've got one more, at least one more version of the Promethean Knight coming out pretty soon. Oh yeah, suppressor over on this side, and they did get the little bit of orange light detail on there. Cool, looking forward to more different knights. And here is the Gausshog itself, one of the most awesome weapons in the game. I have had some really good times with the Gausshog in Halo 4, especially in big team matches with a good driver. It's just a must-have for any true Halo fan. You've got to have a Gausshog. This Night Ops version has a dark tan camo color, and you see they've brought in the yellow, which is the yellow windscreen is kind of the trademark for the Night Ops series of vehicles and craft. And good detail on the cannon itself. You've got some translucent pieces, get some light into there, makes it look charged, and looks good all the way around. You can put an actual Spartan on there. Let's see if I can get him lined up. There you go, Spartan on the back, on station. And you can rotate this around, and even with the Spartan in place where he's kind of holding on to this main section here, so you're not going to be able to use the joint. There's a joint right here. You're not going to be able to move that without moving him. You can still move the gun. The barrel itself can still be rotated independently. So that's nice for being able to keep your figure there, keep him grounded, and still being able to aim and turn this around. Without him, then you can keep these locked together. You can actually turn this whole thing up and down, or you can do both. You can get it to stand way up like this if you want to pretend that you can kind of stick it up over the edge of a ridge or something like that. You can see that you've got all that range of motion there. You've got the little bit of guards on the front. It's a nice looking piece. It's a very nice looking. This one, Night Ops version, has extra jerry cans on the back, so you've got extra fuel for those long missions. And you can see the suspension is working. However, this is something that I come across on a fairly regular basis. Inconsistency in the quality of the parts, a little bit of difference in the temperature, I think, that the plastic came out. So these in the front are able to move pretty nice and easily. These in the back are using the exact same parts, but it just so happened that this one right here, over here on the rear left, is the hardest to move, so it's really not coming down. This one's a little more loose, but still, it's unfortunate, because it's really nice that the suspension action of the Warthog is really cool, and it's nice to be able to kind of simulate that as you go over different terrain and stuff, actually seeing those tires going up and down. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. Different people will have different luck with that, because it really is just luck of the draw whether you get parts that are tighter or more loose. Now, speaking of the suspension, oh, by the way, these tires are awesome. Nice soft rubber, and you can kind of squish them. They feel scaled. They feel real. With the suspension of this, you get to activate the new Night Ops series specific lights and sounds. So let's check out some of those. So those just cycle through, and unfortunately I had hit it before I started this video. There's one other sound when you the very first time. I don't know what the delay is, but after a certain amount of time, it's considered to be idle. It thinks that it's off, and when you come and you push it for the first time after leaving it for a while, it makes the sound of the vehicle starting up, of the engine being started up. But those sounds just cycle through, not randomly. They go through in the exact same order. You've got the cannon shooting, you've got a sound of the vehicle just traveling along, and then you've got a different shooting sound. You also have a crashing sound. So nice, very nice to be able to have actual sounds. The light is a cool thing, but it doesn't stay on, so kind of hit or miss with the light. Personally, I don't like the yellow. I think the yellow is a little bit overdone. I wish it was a little more subdued, not quite so bright. Kind of takes away from the overall, feel of this thing being a little dirty and more military. Definitely way more toyish with that color compared to most everything else in this entire series of toys. Just doesn't quite fit. With the sounds, I really like the sounds, but I really wish that they had separated out the sounds with two buttons. I want, putting my kid head on here, I want to have a button that I can push that just makes the sound of the cannon shooting. I want to be able to drive along, either stop or be driving and be shooting. Shoot, 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 shoot. And then in a pursuit sequence, I want to be able to push another button and just have the sound of the thing driving, and be jumping and stuff. And it can have multiple sounds. Like it has two different sounds of shooting. It can have that. And it has a sound of just driving. It has a sound of driving and crashing. I could do that. You could think that a really rough landing can have the crashing sound. So you can still rotate between them, but I really want to have those two sounds separated. As it is right now, I get the, oh, great. That time I got the starting up sound, but I get the shooting, and then I get the driving along, and then I get another shooting, and then I get a crashing or maybe a shooting and something exploding. I really want those to be separated. So I think that is a miss. If they only did one sound with this, I think shooting would have been the one to go with. You know, every kid wants to have sounds in their toy vehicles, but if you've got something that's so epic to shoot with as a Gausshog, put in the shooting sound and don't make it so that every fourth sound is just the sound of the thing driving. You know, I want to be able to get the sound that I want. So that to me is unfortunately a little bit of a miss. But other than that, and slightly too yellow of a color, I think that's a little bit off. Doesn't quite go in with the theme. Still a very cool set, and especially to get new Spartan armor, new types, and even more so, a new Promethean Knight. Heck yeah, good stuff. This is a $34 set, so a little bit on the expensive side, I think, for just getting a vehicle and a couple of minifigs, but this really helps with the value. And I know that the light and sound module, it's one big thing, and it comes with batteries already. I know that adds a lot to the cost of the thing, because it's more than just a piece of plastic, you know. So I kind of understand that. I wish it was just a little bit cheaper, but it's not unreasonable, and it's still a new thing to me. This is the first Mega Bloks light and sound action set that I've gotten, so I don't think I've gotten used to what their value really is just yet. But there you go. Now you've seen it. You've seen what it looks like. You've seen how it works, how it moves, or how you can move it. Hope that you enjoyed the look at it, and hope that was informative to you if you're thinking about getting one of these. Be sure to check out more of my Mega Bloks Halo reviews, as well as reviews of other building system brand products on my channel, and follow all of my updates of everything that I do related to any of this stuff at jangbricks.com. Talk to you again soon.